you hope to get invited into a home of, a client that we've designed for, but when you do the exterior, it's something that is accessible to anyone that drives by.
Good point.
And it's a cool kind of like permanent business card, if you will.
Yeah.
And that's what I love when people come by the building. They're like, oh my God, you guys did such a good job renovating this old building. And it's like, no, it's like 6 years old.
The cool thing is we bought that house. So this was the backyard for that house.
Nice.
And so we had to go through a lot of zoning hurdles to get it approved. That was in my young days where I had a little bit more
you were fierce.
tenacity.
A little fire in them.
Yeah. Well, and that's funny too, because when you were presenting town hall, there were neighbors that came to kind of protest it, because they didn't know what we were going to build. I mean, for all they knew, it was going to be a gas station or something. And then after, it is built very elegantly. So some of those neighbors dropped by and they're like, I'm sorry, it's really beautiful, it's a contribution to the neighborhood, but
it's just like clients, just wait till the end.
I know,
Trust.
But with that being said too, it's incredible to think that we're back on Western, couple blocks away after like 30
That is such a cool thing.
And to see Dad at this window drafting and hearing the same traffic that he would have,
because he grew up living above.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, his parents owned that white building there, and they lived above and had the whole workshop below.
Which upstairs was just incredible. Talk about no expense spared up there.
Right. And it was a brief time. I think it was right when they bought it. They lived very briefly there. And then they moved out to that land.
Yeah, it was decked.
But it was because it was also just an opulent era.
Yeah.
But the stories that he has about running around up and down Western.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. And this is one of my favorites. So once Mom and Dad were either dating or together, they'd sit on the roof of the liquor store right next door, because you could just jump out one of the windows to the roof and they'd watch people line up at Will Rogers for Rocky Horror.
Picture show,
and just see all the, the costumes, the outfits.
Because then, full circle moment, then he moves, when he marries my mom, and they're pregnant with our oldest brother, they move back in above the studio. And
so, cool.
So I think they lived their first year of marriage above there.
Yeah, so cool.
I know.
Yeah.
I know it. So that is definitely a big part of our childhood, is just running around, bolts of fabric everywhere, renderings everywhere.
Yeah, and those are things that are innate, There are a lot of things that you can't be taught, and I feel like design just literally in our blood.
That's when I realized it. When I realized
can't get away from
I couldn't walk into a room without kind of doing this should go there, this should go there.
Yep. Scanning a room in like a couple of seconds.
I realized I just could not get away from it, so why not dive into it?
Right.